Buy a truck, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Okay, well, welcome back to the channel, y'all. So this looks really bad. And, well, quite frankly, it might be kind of bad. I don't really know yet, okay? So, this is what we got going on, all right? I've got a broken wire here. I don't even know why there is, I don't even know why there is one battery here and then I've got two on the other side. But that's what we got going on. So there's two here. I mean, eventually I'm going to change this and I'm going to turn them long ways like that one is. And I'm just going to put three in here. But for right now, that's what we call low priority, okay? So let's just jump right into it. Why did I buy this truck? I saw some comments, and I'm not even gonna argue with the comments because you're probably right. They were like, Dawson, could you have found something a little better? Like, is that the best you could find? Well, so good friend of mine knew I was looking for a truck. He said, hey, I might know of a truck spec'd out pretty good, and he's like, it's a good price. He said, but it's in North Carolina. And I'm like, well, shoot, that's just, $1,500 in fuel to get it up here. So, long story short, my own fault. Nobody's fault but mine. I should have asked more questions. I should have sent somebody over to do an inspection on the truck. But, the guy that owned it, it was his, so the friend of mine, it was his brother that owned it. But I didn't really ask him a lot of particulars, it had been off the road since 2023, so in my mind that wasn't that long. They'd used it around the yard, so I thought I just assumed, and you know what they say about assuming, okay? So 100% my fault. Real life lesson that I learned. So long story short, this truck was cheap. All right, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, $23,000. He said, $23,000, it's yours. I was like, shoot, well, I'll have it. I mean, for 23 grand, I'm sure it's going to need a little bit of this and that. I'm like, I could have it in the state and working for $30,000 maybe. Well, long story short, you guys saw some of that. We went down to get it. Let's just talk about it, all right? So this is what we got. All right, it's too late. What we own is what we own. So we've got a 99 Western Star here. It is a 4964. So I don't know if you guys can see that. 4964. It was hand built in Canada. Let's see, what else do we know about this thing? Yeah, 46,000 pound rears. It was built in, let's see, built in July of 98. So it was a 99 year model. Big sleeper. It's got heavy rears, lockers. Let's see, what else does it have in here that I know about? Okay, so yeah, it is what it is. It's got a cat power. It's a 1LW cat. So ended up guys, so the shop that I had do all the new airlines, the old airlines came off of here and went up in like a loop and then came back. Well, they put this on here, and for some reason they think that's appropriate. That's not going to last. So, I mean, it's lasted us so far, but it's obviously bound up. It's whatever. I'll have to replace that eventually, but I did get this one done just the other day. That was a $65 hose. The motor runs good. There's nothing, I mean, it's got a few little oil leaks and things. I'm probably going to have to do a compressor on it at some point in the near-ish future. Because I think it's pushing a little bit of oil, but it builds good air, all that stuff. This side of the motor, it's got one of those like S-bar heaters for your coolant. I could probably see about taking it off, getting it rebuilt or something. I don't know. I'll probably just take that off. It's just somewhere else to leak. But it does have valves back here that hopefully are closed up. I don't even know. That thing's broken. You know, this needs to come off. That's just, you know, some crappy little wiring deal there. So they put this one on. This is another new one. Let's see, what else? So other than that, like, you know, it's got some little stuff like this, you know, that I could probably fix. Yeah, so I gotta do some of that. So I just got done putting a new muffler on. So it's got a new muffler put on. Let's see, what else? I need to put a tube right here for the vent. That doesn't need to be sitting there anymore. Yeah, so long story short, let's see. So the reason this thing's all pulled apart is because I had a couple air leaks. I still have some air leaks. You can probably hear them. This is one of those things. It's like you fix one thing and then two more things kind of pop up. So I just replaced several fittings on the tractor and trailer valve. So I replaced some of these fittings back here to get that from leaking. And then I ended up with a couple more leaks down here. Have to mess with those in a minute. I think I'm gonna pull this back apart because right now, this line used to come off of here. That's the supply. And basically that runs to the gauge for my secondary air supply. So when I have the air in, it's showing me what the reservoir pressure is, but or that's the primary, I guess. Yeah, that'd be the primary, I think. I don't know. So the old fitting, if I can find it over here, the old fitting, it was a brass fitting, and someone had tapped the side of it. So that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it looks like now. So I'm gonna try to find, but so this doesn't fit back in here very well. It's very, very tight. So I was like, oh, well, I plugged this off, because there was the parking brake light sensor was there, but it was leaking. I took that off because I don't need to see a light telling me I've got the parking brake engaged. So I just put that in there, and it works. Like you can see, when I put air to it, see, there we go. But is that right? I think it'd be fine. I don't know. I'll probably go try to find a T or something so I can plumb it back to the supply where it was. Just because. Yeah, because I could. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'm trying to think what issues I would have from just having the gauge not reading right. Because if I pull into a scale and I supply the air, and it's going to show me what my pressures are. So they shouldn't care. Like if I'm running down the road, which is the only time it matters what your air is doing. If I'm sitting with my brake set, I really don't care to know exactly what my air pressures are. So I don't know. I'll probably still change that. Okay, so what do I need to do right now? Okay, so I need to put the glove box, thank you. The glove box back into the dash. Because I took it out so I could reach there's some tiny little air fittings back there. I have no idea what they're for, but they were leaking. They're just the frickin' compression style, which is the same ones that are leaking under here. Yeah, so hopefully these ones I can just got wrenches everywhere. Hopefully these ones I can just pull them out, maybe trim a little bit off of the airline, plug it back in, and it works. That's the hope, because I really don't want to start replacing those go through the Yeah, I'd rather not. So, all right. So originally, I saw one video of the cab that kind of went like this. I saw some of the water damage up here, and I thought, oh, it's just old. Who knows? It's been smoked in. The floor's not too bad. It just needs to be clean. Like, the thing just has not been clean. The dash isn't bad. It needs a new wheel. Seats. The seat will seat. So need to clean all the upholstery. I'll probably just try to shampoo it and call it a day. But the bigger problem is that it leaks. So there is a seam. I don't know how well y'all are gonna be able to see this. Sorry, my wife called. Okay, so I don't know how well y'all can see that, but there's a seam in there. It's probably really hard to see with the exhaust in the way, but it looks like it was kind of already attempted to been kind of like gooped up with something. I'm just gonna get some seam sealer, and I think I'm gonna come in from the inside. I'm gonna pull this down, and I'm just gonna basically try to use seam sealer like you would use on a car or something on a body project, and just fill up the top section, or maybe all the way around. Probably all the way around because there's pretty good spacing. Whatever gasket's supposed to be there, it's not there, and it's not gasketing anymore. Sorry about your ears. Okay, so that's the interior. It's almost done. So I need a few little things. Like I need this boot, obviously. So that was a nice, driving all the way back to Alaska from North Carolina. That was cool. I like that a lot. Over here, it's not really too bad. Everything looks pretty good. Obviously, I got brand new brakes and drums. We don't have any major leaks. Like we got a little bit of oil seeping here and there. That's expected on a truck of this age. No big deal. Yeah, I think I might have one or two little air leaks in the back here still to fix, but nothing too bad. So leaks wise, as long as the PTO, so this system, that's the other thing. So I got down there and he tells me he drained the hydraulic system because he had them weld up these bungs because they were to reinforce them because they were cracking or something. Which is great. I appreciate it. I was like, oh, that's great. But now I got to spend, $500, $600, $700 in hydraulic oil to fill up the system. So it's just little stuff like that I should have known better and I should have asked about, but I didn't, And so anyway, I spilled some power steering fluid over here. Well, ATF is what we use for power steering fluid. So yeah, I had the little, there's a container over there somewhere. Had it sitting here, and then when I aired the thing up, everything came out. So anyway, that's great. All right, let's see. What else? Okay, so this is just trash. Wipe all that off, because that was not like that before. I was beating on exhaust back here. Okay, so it needs some wiring cleaned up. I actually added this in. These were twisted together. These were twisted together just with tape over them. I cut that off. So I need to cut all of this out and make it better. But for now, we're just gonna let it ride. Let's see. This neighbor. All right, so this is all a mess. Okay. Oh yeah. So the electrical. Yeah, I gotta fix that. This is just a towel I was sitting on, letting it dry. So I gotta fix that, but for now, it's gonna work. All right. I mean, I've got the stuff to, I got the stuff to fix it if I need to. So what else? So it's got the lockers in it. So that's cool. One mechanic was telling me they took one of the lockers out, and I don't think that's true because I could see it. So I think that's your inner axle on top there. And then I think the locker is, well, I don't know. Where is the locker at on this one? Let's see. Well, now I got myself curious. Need to get it out of this mud hole I'm sitting in. Oh yeah, maybe he was right. Because I think that locker is supposed to be right there. And it looks like it's not. Huh. That's interesting because yeah, I'm pretty sure that's your inner axle right there. And then the locker should have been down below. Well, that's the other thing. I was told it had double lockers, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm looking at. All right. So the other thing that I didn't know about until I got there was this spring hanger. So that's got a little hole in it, you know. Not really structural. I mean, most of the structural part of the spring hanger is all, you know, through here. But it's missing the, there's supposed to be a wear pad up in here. Kind of like, I don't know if you can see it on this one. Maybe. Oh yeah, there you can see it. See, there's a pad right there. So this one's supposed to have one, but it's not there. So there's just nothing there. So when you put a load on this, it's just rubbing, you know, metal on metal. So the good news is I have a new one of these. It's supposed to show up at my in-laws today. So I can get that replaced. I'm going to have a shop do that because I'm not going to do it. DOT probably wouldn't like that. So that could potentially get me put out of service. So we're going to fix that. The other thing he told me about when I got there, it's missing the shocks back here because he took them off because I think one of the hangers broke or something. I don't know, but I got to find some more hangers like this eventually. It's not really that big a deal. That can wait. I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to cut these off. I don't know if I told y'all before or not, but I'm going to cut the top piece off because they're just falling apart. I don't need them anyway. Cut these off. So headache rack's decent. It's double framed all the way to like here. So, which is kind of good because it's kind of crusty. You know, this kind of stuff is, yeah, I mean, that's just old, you know, crap, but yeah, so is what it is. Like I said, that double frame goes all the way to the back, so I'm not really too worried about it. It'll last me a season. It's kind of chilly out here. So, got the Canadian spread. That's one thing I liked about it. I'm going to replace these. Also, this is just old residual crap from when I had them reused. I need to take all these off because I've got new ones with spike lug nuts on them. Well, I probably could just, for now, I'll just change out the spikes. Maybe I'll just put spikes in the front for now. Yeah, you know, because I like spikes. So here's a few other things we need to do. I need to do something about this because that looks bad. All right, somebody tried to run a self tapper through it, and just don't do that, guys. Like, yeah, don't do that. I need to find a new one of these. This I already knew about. Something got into the cab or the sleeper. I don't really care about that. I'm not really going for looks here. I mean, it needs a bath, okay? So it is, y'all are seeing it at its absolute worst. I was going to wait until after I washed it to make this video, but we're just going to start videoing because I figure, you know what, I'm not trucking anyway, working on the truck. I might as well film maybe like every day and post it. And then if you guys want to watch it, cool. If not, cool. And but at least then we'll be, you know, documenting what we're doing. So tires are in pretty good shape. They'll last me all year as long as they don't blow. These lights are pretty new. It does need new headlights. I think I told y'all before, I need new grill surround. I think it's like $400 a side. It's crazy what they want for these things. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. What else? Oh, so the windshield wipers. So, all right, I'm getting really long-winded here. I'm gonna try to speed it up. So here's the windshield wiper that Robert let me steal off of a parts truck they have. And I bored it out a little bit to hopefully make it work, because what I'm going to show you here is, so this is the mount for the windshield wiper. As you can see, there's like no threads to hold the nut like there is over there. Let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah. So there's no threads on it. So when you go to put your windshield wiper on it, there's nothing, you can't like, it doesn't work. So here's what my idea is. My idea is I bored this out. This is gonna go over top of it. I'm gonna JB weld, put a bunch of JB weld in here. So when I smash it on there, it's gonna hold that way. And then I'm gonna drill a little hole through the side of this, all the way through here, and through the stud up there. So then I can put a pin. I'm just gonna put a little cotter pin through the windshield wiper arm, through that stud that turns it. That way, one, it can't ever come off, and two, it won't strip out and not spin. And that way we'll be legal. I really don't care to see out that. I mean, I don't, you know, the dog sits on that side. They don't need to see that good. I don't really take my dog with me, but you know what I'm saying. I would like to take my dogs with me, but two things. One, they shed like crazy. And two, they like to eat my lunch. So I don't like to bring them in the truck. Anyway. Okay, so that's my plan for the windshield wiper. What else do we got going on here today? Windshield wiper. I've got stickers coming. I need to call those guys, see what's going on with that. Yeah, so for now, to make this thing work ready, we're going to have a few things to do. We need to fix that battery deal over there. I'm probably going to have to replace that battery because the stud, let me show you. While we're 15 minutes deep into this thing. So this stud is just stripped out, and it's spinning the whole thing. So I'm gonna try to get a grip on this, but it's probably gonna tear the threads up. Probably gonna have to buy a new battery. So probably gonna have to get a new battery. Gonna have to figure this out. I've never actually done a big crimp like that. I think you just, you know, do it like a normal one. You like beat on it or something. I don't know. Gotta figure that out. Okay, so before it can work, before we can be technically DOT legal, gonna go have this replaced, find a shop to do that. Also, there's a U-joint under here that doesn't have a lot of slop, but it has a little bit of slop. And I might just have them do that one too. Probably have them do both of those for now. The front's tight, so the front's really good. But I'll probably have them do those. So do those, do the spring hanger. Battery. And then I just need to move on to like the air leaks. It's good enough now where it'll pass an air test. Like you can hold the brakes, hold the brakes down. You're supposed to hold them like 60 seconds and not lose more than like, what, 5% or something in a minute. And it doesn't do that. So that it will work the way it is. We can make it work. So battery, spring hanger, U-joint. And then I've got to fill up this tank. And then I need to so then I got to build the PTO system. So this right here is the current setup. Now, does it work? I think kind of. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna scrap this whole deal, and I'm gonna go get a different console because I don't even know what's going on here. It's rough, okay? It's really rough. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so yeah, we got some crappy wiring coming up here. I don't even have any idea. If this switch, I can't even get this switch to move. It's just so rusted in there. So it's kind of a bummer. I can hear some air moving around when I move this. So that gives me hope that the PTO is halfway decent. you know, I don't even know if PTO works. You know, he said it does, but, you know, he had the fluid drained out of it to get that tank fixed. So that's the PTO. That's the PTO. Sorry, I was pointing at the wrong thing. So that's the PTO off the side of the transmission. And I think it works. I don't know. So we'll have to play around with that. This truck does have tranny cooler on it. I probably should just bypass that, but for now we're gonna leave it on just because I don't know. Don't want to screw with anything if I don't have to. Yeah, so hopefully all that is functional. And all I need is I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't. Okay, I'll just tell you all right now. I'm figuring it out. I've got to wire up stuff for the trailers because I've bought a side dump and a belly dump. I don't know if I told you that or not. Yeah, so we'll see the trailers maybe tomorrow or something. I bought a side dump, bought a belly dump, and I've got to wire the truck up to work with those because it doesn't have like a typical lever. These ones are on the side dump. It's got electric over hydraulic, and on the belly it's air operated. So then you just need electric switches. So I got to make something work. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna make something work. So anyway, so we gotta do that. Gotta get the PTO working, functional, and then realistically the truck can go to work once I get my stickers. So I gotta call and get insurance swapped over. I've got insurance on it, but I gotta get the commercial, the liability and all that stuff, all that commercial side of things put on it. And yeah, so stay tuned. I'll probably bring you guys around later on today, see where we get. But I know this video is already getting long, so. But stay tuned. I'll show you guys the stickers once they come in. Show you the rest of the work we're doing on this thing. It's a project. Yeah, it's a project. But what do you do? I mean, it's too late now. You know, now I own it. I mean, I own it, so might as well make it work. And we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make money with it, and we'll go get a nicer truck later. But for now, this is what we're working with. So, yes. All right, I'm gonna get back to work because I have sat here and talked way too long. Okay, back at the truck. Let's see. Are you guys blurry? No, you look pretty clear. All right, so we're gonna try to. I'm going to try to get that nut off. I would really do not want to go buy a battery right now. The truck will start. Oh, I put you guys the wrong way. The truck will start with 2 batteries once it's warmed up a little bit. But it's not necessarily ideal. Let me find... yeah, so the truck will start with just the 2 batteries. But... it'd be nice if we could get more on there. So let's see. I'm gonna prop you guys up on this ATF. Actually, no, let me turn you around. Hang on. Okay, this way. The all right. Trying to shuck myself. Now I understand I'm gonna destroy the threads here, and that's fine because right now I have very little confidence that this is actually going to work. But if it does... oh. Yeah, see, that's... no, that's... let's see, let me try here again. Make sure I've got the teeth going the right way. Almost wanted to go. So I'm not sure what I have for options here. I don't think I really have many. I'm gonna attempt this again. It's gonna bust my knuckles here. It's just, yeah. I know on some batteries the stud like threads out, but I don't think that's what's happening here because it's not going anywhere. Actually, I take that back. I thought I had turned it enough earlier. Maybe I did not. Maybe we're getting fortunate here, folks. Because like I said, I don't know much about heavy duty batteries other than start the truck. Now, one thing about me is that, you know, you guys, I might give off the persona that maybe I know what I'm talking about some of the time, but I'm just usually good at figuring it out. You know what, let me grab a 14 millimeter and put it on the impact because take that off. Okay. Well, that works. The lock on this thing is well, it doesn't unthread like I thought it does. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. Might as well try one more thing. Put that cap back on. Let's try to pry up. Nope. Nope, it's just smoking like crazy. Alright, well, let's try to get this side off. You know what, let me grab some PB Blaster. Oh, actually, do I have any PB Blaster? Spray a little PB Blaster on this one. Not that it really does much, honestly, but it'll at least lubricate it once it breaks loose. Are you serious? That's a different size? Go figure. Oh, maybe. Oh, it's just very tight. Oh, that one came right off. Come on, you piece of garbage. There we go. Get that there. I can go back in. Alright, well, I guess we're buying a battery. Unfortunately, did not want to be spending that kind of money, but yeah, and I already done boogered up those threads. You know, I do have a Sawzall. Yeah, whatever, let's just go buy a new battery. A couple $100. We need a new fitting anyway, or whatever you want to call that, connection. So go figure out what we got to do to get a new connection, new battery. And then I've got my windshield wiper fix working right now, so hopefully that works. I got the dash somewhat put back together. Yeah, now I just need to, still trying to decide if I want to put that. I'm gonna look and see if they have the right fittings. If they don't have the right fittings, then too bad, but if they have the right fittings here in town, I'll fix that the right way. Otherwise, save that for a project for another day. Yeah, I also need to go ahead and buy hydraulic fluid. I might do that. I got the titles and stuff for the trailers. I need to take those by the DMV, so I'll probably go do that. And we'll circle back and come back to this project here in a few. All right, guys, so I decided to do this the right way. And let me explain to you why I didn't want to do it. So I need to take this out so I can thread this in. So then I can put my little, whatever that is, 5/16 or not even, no, not 5/16. It's like tiny. It's less than an 1/8 inch line. I don't even know what it is. Anyway, so I can put this line into there to make it right so it's not, you know. Anyway, but the reason I want to do it is because now I have to take off at least this assembly, because this won't spin out, so I need to take this out. But I can't spin that without taking that out, and I'll probably end up having to take this other one off just to do, yeah, what I didn't want to do. But we're gonna go ahead and do it right, because I was thinking about it. It's not gonna read right. If it's coming off of here going to the sensor, this is a supply to the truck, so it's getting equal amounts from both my secondary and my primary. Because this is your primary, this is your secondary, and this is your supply to the truck. So if it's coming off of here, then it's gonna give me an accurate reading off my secondary. Because even, yeah, so anyway, long story short, we're gonna take it all apart again and do it right, but I'm kicking myself, so yeah, just letting you guys know. Here we go. All right, well, got the munchkins down here. Got that ATF that was out of the power steering moved over. Put it in there to finish that up, but we got our new connections on here. It's not probably exactly what I wanted, but the new battery only has these bigger style posts. They didn't have one with the smaller style posts, so huh? You get your glasses? Yeah, I'll get them in a second. So hey, no, leave it. So yeah, I ended up having to get a new battery. 200 something bucks later. Starts up a lot faster now. So that's that. I got one air leak somewhere under there I gotta go grab. Other than that, I got the whole dash put back together. As you can see, virtually. Huh? You wanna go inside? No, in the truck. Yeah, not right now. You're filthy, honey. Which shows the truck, but look at them pant legs. Yep. Okay, y'all look like hoodlums. Presley, stay out of the road. Anyway, so let's see, what did we do? Oh yeah, so we got the most of the air leaks fixed. Got everything, got the gauges working right. I got the right swapped some fittings around. Made that work. Presley, get over here. So Presley Ann. This little girl. Presley Ann. Come here. Waylon. Oakley. So anyway, long story longer. I think I gotta fix whatever's going on right there. I gotta find that. I don't know. Something's like, it's not bad though. It passes a leak down test, where you hold your foot on the brake, and you can't lose more than, I think I told you earlier. It passes that. Presley, hang on. All right. Well, we got all these gremlins loaded in the back. Truck's sitting here.
Can you go fast?
You want to go fast? I don't think so.
Why?
Because we don't need to go fast. We're on a driveway. Oakley, sit down, honey. And yes, we're just in the driveway. So before anybody starts freaking out, I don't know if y'all are blurry or not. But anyway, long story short, I got just about everything done I want to get done. Waiting on that epoxy to set up, hopefully on the windshield wiper, and I'm going to drill it and pin it just for extra support. Hopefully that works. If not, I'll have to try something else. But other than that, yeah, now it's just going to be, I need to go get her washed. The stickers are getting made. He said he'll call me as soon as they're done, so hopefully tomorrow we'll get stickers put on it, go get that spring hanger replaced, and yeah, we're really close to, hopefully, Lord willing, pulling our first load. So maybe by the end of the week, I'm hoping to maybe pull some fish with it on Sunday if they got some fish, or whatever. I don't know, anything. So But I'll keep you guys posted. But that's day one of, I mean, this has been several days since I've been home, but that's first video working on the truck and kind of what we got going on. I will obviously keep you guys updated, and I'm gonna try to film like every day, every other day or something, because, well, I don't have much anything else going on, so at the moment. So yeah. All right, say thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. See you on the next one.